8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I am the narrator, and my story will finally be told. The day of mischief is almost upon us. You will learn things that have not been whispered in centuries. You will also witness a live initiation into the Coven of Mischief. Will you be chosen to be my newest disciple? You and fellow attendees will receive some of the most limited artifacts in the history of the Coven. Uncover Coven mysteries, secrets, but most importantly, we will make mischief.
All right, now we're back, baby. It took us a minute, but we got it straightened out. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Grassley Live, where we're going to talk about Mischief toys tonight. I'm so stoked for this upcoming week on Tuesday for Max. Over everything else, I'm just stoked for Max because we have this brand new Grassley figure. This is his idea. This is completely created by him in terms of the story for this character, what we ended up doing with the character, and then also he had some input on the box as well. So I am so happy for him, and I cannot wait to drop this on Earth Day, which is on Tuesday. And that was the original intent, is that we would do an Earth Day drop. We thought it would be cool for Grassley, and that's what we're going to do. So thank you all for being here. I know I'm like shot out of a cannon, but and happy Easter to everybody, by the way. We ate our little tails off today, didn't we? We ate a lot. And still, Heather's still eating. You have an ice cream there.
I do.
A little cookie ice cream. It's
That's
very good. I had one as well. So, Day of Mischief is also right around the corner. We're not too far away from it. We are, what, 4 weeks away? 5 weeks away?
4.
4 weeks away. So we're right around the corner from Day of Mischief. So if you haven't picked up your tickets just yet, go over to mischieftoys.com and pick up your tickets.
They're right on the homepage.
They're right on the homepage. Go and grab them. Get ready. It's going to be incredible. So a little bit of background. Day of Mischief was something that I had kind of come up with this really grand idea. And then when we had this really grand idea, Heather and I had this grand idea. I went to Heather. I was like, hey, let's plan this thing. Let's put this thing together. And we both stared at each other. for a very extended period of time because we're thinking, how the hell are we going to bring this to life? And we figured that out over the last couple weeks, but mainly yesterday. We talked to our friends, our team yesterday. The narrator himself came over to our house and we sat down and we had a long conversation. His wife is really helping us out with decor for the event. Heather is also very involved with decor. The food is squared away already at this point. The show itself, I'm writing scripts. I'm getting all sorts of stuff created and ready so we can put on one hell of a show. And I am so excited, and I cannot wait for you guys to attend, be there, spending time with us. That's the best part of this whole deal, right?
Yeah.
It's being together in the same room. What is it? Hold on. What is this? You got ice cream on your face.
Okay.
How does that happen? You got a
don't
little piece
know.
of ice cream.
Did you see my shirt?
Ah, you're wearing a squirrel shirt today.
I'm wearing my squirrel
Your
shirt.
squirrel boba shirt. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you, Heather. Yeah,
you.
so we ended up seeing a couple of young ladies at Awesome Con, and they made these really wild squirrel shirts, and Heather ended up picking out the one that has the boba.
Yeah,
tea.
mine's drinking boba.
Yeah, mine says, what's mine say?
I'm in your attic or something?
I'm in your attic, which I thought was pretty cool. I thought that was a good shirt. Haven't worn it yet. So, Grassley. Let's talk about Grassley. So, Grassley is the very first flocked figure ever
And
from
it's
Mischief
the
Toys.
very first Max figure.
And the very first Max figure. What's funny is that when when Max and I recorded our promo the other day for Grassley, in the video, he's like, "Oh man, this is such a big deal because it's your first, flocked figure." And I was like, "Yeah, it's a big deal, but it really is a big deal because it's coming from you." Max finally had some input, and he's had input over the years and kind of pitched ideas and things. And most of the time, they're very silly, just like Grassley. But Grassley, originally, when I heard the idea, I thought it was silly. I didn't know if it would be something we would bring to life. And Heather really ran with the thing, and I'm so glad that she did, because now having it here in hand, I am so stoked for this figure. I think it's great. I think it's a great idea for Earth Day drop as well. I think that's cool. So tonight we're going to show you the figures. The figure, and we're
Figures.
well, you have two saying there, and there's a reason why. There's a reason why for that, and we're going to show you the pins as well, up close and personal. Show you the figure up close and personal. Our friend Nick came over yesterday, and he hadn't seen the figure in person just yet. And we handed it to him, and he's a huge collector of vinyl toys and pins, and he's in the world, knee-deep into the world of collectibles. And he picked up the figure, and he was looking at it, and he was like, "This is the best flocking I have ever seen on any figure." He's like, Funko's stuff is shit in comparison to like how great this is. And I completely agree. Sometimes you have flocking that just is not good, and not all flocked Funko products are bad. There are some that really are great looking, but this one really stands out. And every time it reminds me of a pool table. I mentioned that last night during our Patreon live. It reminds me of a pool table, like that same feeling to it. But it's really cool. It's a great figure. So
yeah, I love him.
I don't think a lot of people understand or know, and I kind of like to go into this discussion because for a while we were getting a lot of comments where it's like, "Why aren't you guys making new molds?" And that was always like kind of would kind of throw Heather and I off, because we're like, wait a minute, we have a lot of different molds. I mean, aside from Grassley, I mean, you have your Gargoyle Grassley, you got Emo Grassley, now you got Vampire Grassley, you got
Tiki?
DeMonstro, you got Tiki Grassley.
And we have like 5 or 6 that people haven't even seen yet.
We have a lot more coming, but the other big one, which we're going to explain this with this figure, I think, today. But here's a regular Red Grassley. So our original Red Grassley figure, as an example, has a molded belt, molded teeth, and it has little lines in its horns. Now, over the years that, using this figure and doing all sorts of fun stuff with him, we decided, well, let's make one that doesn't have the teeth on it. So what we ended up doing was wiping the teeth out completely so we could put a paint job over top. Not only that, but we made one that didn't have a belt attached to it or molded into it either. Well, on top of that, this one happens to have the little lines in the horns, like literally like divots. We made one that doesn't have that. And,
but it does have the teeth mold.
but it does have a teeth mold, right?
And I think the belt.
We have all these various versions of Grassley. So in your collection, if you go and look at all your Grassleys, a lot of them are going to be like, one has this mold, and this one that has this mold, and this one has everything molded, and this one doesn't have anything molded at all other than the outline of the figure. As an example, one that the teeth and the horns, haunted Grassley. That's one that has completely wiped.
Yeah, not even the nose.
Not even the nose. So we have, dropped a lot of money into being able to play with this particular variant of this character, right? So like the regular Grassley figure, we have so many molds of it. At this point, I don't even know what's regular anymore because we use them all so differently and so often. But that's something I wanted to pitch to you or throw out there. So let's take a look at Grassley. We have Grassley here. And Grassley is a figure that has molded teeth, molded nose. It has the lines in the horns, no belt. And there's no belt because we wanted him to have sort of that grass-like appearance. So there he is. That's Grassley, right? You've seen photos of him. You've seen him in the video. Max held him the other day and had him on the table. So there's Grassley. And the paint job on his face is really remarkable because, you would expect that there would be like an issue with a line or some overspray or something. This one doesn't really have that. It's like really, really nicely done.
Yeah, I don't want to talk bad about any other companies, but I've noticed, and I don't really think it's the company, I just think it's flocking in general. I think it's really difficult to get paint to look good on it.
Yeah.
So I don't know what our manufacturer has done to make the lines look so crisp and clean and not like a child made it. But there's one that stands out in particular, and it was the flocked Fwooper from Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them by Funko. And it's flocked, it's like a magenta color, but then it has these features that have like lighter colors on it. And the paint on it is just not good. It's very splotchy. It's like heavy in some areas and light in other areas. And when we were creating this, I thought about that and I'm like, man, I really hope it doesn't look like that because I don't like that on that figure, but I knew how important Grassley being flocked was to Max.
Yeah.
So I was like, I mean, whatever happens, we'll roll with it. But when I saw this guy in person, I was like, I don't know how they did it, but they killed it.
They did such a great job with this figure.
I'm thrilled with him. I think he's so cute, and I feel bad for saying that about another I can't believe we came out with something that I feel is better paint quality than a company that's been around forever that we know and love.
Yeah.
That Fwooper's a nightmare. But there are other fantastic flocked figures out there by Funko, but that was one where it just was in the forefront of my mind. I'm like, man, I hope Grassley doesn't look like that.
You don't want it to come out
thing.
looking like a mess, yeah. And that's a concern, right? When we have these figures created and we have these, the artist proofs sent to us and we review them, it's like then if something is messed up. And we've actually had a couple figures where they've gotten to us, the APs, and they're just a complete disaster. There's actually one that I've been wanting to show for a long time, but it's a variant of the suit Grassley from New York Comic Con.
It was not really a variant. It was going to be
right. That's what I mean.
The suit
It's like a variant of it, but we
Yeah.
ended up changing it. But it's that orange colored character.
Yeah, it's really good. But I think we're going to use that in the future, but I don't know what we're going to use him for.
I'm not sure either, but we got it in hand and we're like, yeah, there's something very wrong with this thing. So we're going to have to go back to the drawing board. And then that's when we made the suit. And then they were able to pull the suit off really well. And so we were like, all right, let's do the suit for now. We'll go back to the other thing later. But this guy, right out of the gate, he killed it. I mean, he's just looking good. And I'm so happy because it would have been really bad if Max's first figure was a disaster. Because I feel like all the figures that we make, there's, you know, I would say the majority, we run into some sort of issue and we're trying to navigate. And the Haunted Grassley was a prime example where I did not think we'd ever make it.
Same. People don't really know what happened with that, though. I mean, it's a phenomenal figure, but man, the communication there was just so off. And sometimes we get like these pictures from our manufacturer and we're just like, what are they like, how does this figure that they're sending us pictures of look remotely like the artwork? It just makes no sense to us. So, you know, I'm glad that we've learned how to communicate a bit better with them. I'm glad that, you know, we've been doing this long enough where we sort of like, we learn new stuff all the time, like constantly. But I feel like we are becoming much better, much more prepared when we send them things, and we
understand more of the language now.
Yes, and much better at communicating in general.
I would agree. So today, I played a video at the beginning of this. Maybe, I don't know if everybody caught it, but it was Max and Heather and I working on getting these figures stickered up. So I don't think people know, or maybe I don't know if it's a well-known thing, but Heather, myself, typically, and then sometimes Max, we are basically doing everything, right? So when something comes in, we have to sticker it. We have to make sure that all the boxes look good. We have to make sure that all the figures are looking good inside the boxes, and we pull the ones that aren't right, and so on and so forth. So today we went out, we stickered all the boxes, we got everything straightened out for the sale for Tuesday, and now it's all ready to go. And the next thing that we have to do is pull and make sure we have all the pins ready to go, which I think they're out in the same box, so that's good.
Yeah,
all the pins are ready. Yeah, so that's cool. But let's take a look at the pins while I'm talking about the pins.
Oh my gosh.
I'm really excited about these. So Grassley has, you know, the villain Demonstro, and Max really wanted the story to be centered around Grassley versus Weed Monstro. So that's who this is. And somebody actually commented and they said, oh, this is, you know, you're showing it on 420, right? Like, is there a reason for it?
That's like the running joke, but like Max came up with this when he was like 11, maybe 10 or 11. So
well, the funny thing about me is I have never once smoked pot in my whole life, and I've never really used. I've never used drugs ever. Like in my entire life, I've never used any drugs at all. But anytime 420 comes around, I
don't consider weed a drug.
No, I understand, but I'm saying that's what it's classified as. But
yeah.
But it's weird because when 420 happens, or there's jokes about 420, and
you're
there's
like
films
completely out of it.
I have no, like, I don't understand any. Yeah, it's like, I mean, I can laugh at some of it, but I just don't understand it like a lot of other people. But that is the Weed Monstro.
And here's Grassley.
So the way that we've done this is that these pins will be available. It'll be a 50-50 shot. Not a 50-50 shot.
So this pin is limited to 110. This one's limited to 140. And basically, each of the, like, there will be pin bundles. So there's going to be 250 pin bundles total. 110 are going to contain this guy, and 140 are going to contain this guy.
Yeah.
And you won't know till you get it, which is different. We've never done that before with pins, so I'm really excited. And I'm eager to see how you guys feel about it once it actually happens. And then we're selling the remaining 55 just as the figure alone. But we also had Max, in case you didn't notice, sign some of the boxes. And I don't want to show you guys the whole box, just because we don't normally do that here before a figure's released, because we want you to see all the little details and read the story for yourself and have that experience opening the box for the first time. But he signed in 2 different colors. Like, he couldn't decide which one he preferred. You'll see his little signature on this corner. And so there's a lighter green and a darker green. And it's just so cute. He signed 100 total. So 100 out of the 305 will come in random boxes. It could be the figure alone, or it could be pin bundles. Everything that we're doing here is going to be completely random. So if you order a pin bundle, you're going to get one or the other pin. You're not getting both, one or the other. And then you can also possibly get one of the 100 signed. And if you order just a figure alone, you could possibly get one of the 100 signed by Max. So I think this is a really fun drop.
Really fun and special for Max.
Yeah.
So I see a question from Funko News Canada about flocked pins.
Are flocked pins a possibility for the future? So possibly our current manufacturer does not offer it. We really wanted to do a flocked pin for this. I wasn't really happy with the quality from other companies that I found. They showed me some of their previous flocked work and I wasn't super impressed. So we decided to just leave him as is. But that is something that we would really like to do in the future. So I'm not saying no, but I wasn't happy with the research that I did when we got these pins made.
Yeah, so if we could do, we could find a manufacturer where it makes sense, yeah, for sure. Because I was really hoping that we could get a manufacturer to do a flock pin. That's what I really wanted. But we just couldn't pull it off, unfortunately.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you to turn off the mic so I could communicate something to you, but I'm gonna just show you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, please do. I would love that. Thank you, Mikey. Yeah, I think it was a great idea also. And I think that, this is something really super special for Max. I'm excited. I'm excited for him. It's great.
It's going to be a really cool experience for me when I'm sitting back and he's packing all his own orders.
He's going to be packing on his own.
Oh, yeah.
With no help.
Sorry, Max.
I do want to thank all of our patrons for joining our Patreon call last night. I know WrestleMania was going on. I know it's Easter weekend, so it was tough to jump onto the Patreon call. But thank you to everybody who did. We were able to do all sorts of fun giveaways. We showed our upcoming zombie figure for Living Dead Weekend. People were super stoked about it. We got a lot of great feedback. I think pretty much everybody on the call was like, stoked for that figure and trying to find ways in which to get to the Living Dead Weekend event, which I highly recommend. If you have the opportunity, you should come. And then we showed our brand new Guar X Mischief Toys shirt, which I wore last night. I wore it 2 days in a row because I was obsessed with it, and it was such great feedback about that. I'm super stoked over that. So thank you to everybody who tuned in. And Zombie Monkey, last night's call was a whole lot of fun, and Heather got pooped on by a cat.
I did.
So if you guys are wondering, should you join Patreon and be a part of our little crew that we have going there, the answer is yes. We have a lot of fun. It was great. Heather gets shit on by a cat. You never know what's going to happen. Things just go completely upside down.
We should have done that.
What am I looking at?
Like attached.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Wouldn't that be funny?
That would have been really funny, yeah. That's really funny. I didn't notice that first. All hail Grassley. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Groundskeeper Mortem down the road? I like Groundskeeper Mortem. That's a great idea, actually, Jeffrey. Thank you for that. Maybe. You never know. I always say that, the fan base, we really want to see we really want to know what you guys want out of Mischief Toys, joke or not. You can reach out and let us know. Give us ideas, pitch ideas. If there's an idea you like, pitch it to us. Help@mischieftoys.com. Love to hear what everybody has to say. And we've gotten a lot of really great emails from people just suggesting different things, which is really sweet.
I love those emails because some things we've thought of and other things we haven't. And it either may give us sort of a push if we're feeling sort of unsure, or it gives us a brand new idea.
Yeah.
So it's always awesome.
Yep. And, another thing we talked about last night, which we haven't shown anything about it yet, but our good buddy, good pal, just such a lovely person in general. Just so glad that we're able to start Gasslecast, then led into Mischief Toys to meet him. Nick Morgan. He is working on a Guar video, a stop motion video, and it is unbelievable. I don't know if I showed you any of it at all. Did I?
He sent me some pictures. I think you've showed me some video, and he's definitely sent me pictures. He sent me some last week.
He is this guy is a maestro. He really knows what the hell he's doing, and he put a lot of work into this. He's worked over 3 states putting this thing together. He's been filming this in like hotel rooms, his stop motion, which is unreal. Think about the goriest, bloodiest video that includes Guar that you could think of, and that's what this is. At some points, Grassley is picking up arms and legs off the floor, and there's blood everywhere. It is so damn cool, and I cannot wait until the video's created, and we can share it all over social media, and Guar will be sharing it as well. So it'll be a great outing for Nick's lovely stop motion work.
Yeah,
I'm
very
so excited about it. Yeah, so more to come about that. He and I were talking a little bit about it today, but I'm excited for the final and end result. So that figure will drop later in May. So the Guar figure, we're going to have it's going to be a huge drop.
Yeah.
It's going to be humongous because we've never had a license before. We've never teamed up with anybody quite like this before.
We have a lot of
It's going to be really cool.
Mm-hmm. First flocked, first max, first license next month.
Yep.
First day of Mischief next month.
First day of Mischief. Hell
by
yeah.
the way, we played the promo video at the beginning of this. If you are on the fence about coming and you're available to come Saturday, May 24th to our beautiful state of Maryland, we would love to have you. And it is going to be such an incredible event. I know we hype it up, and we have been, but I truly, truly mean that. Chris and I, we put our blood, sweat, and tears, literally all of that, into this business. And this event is no different. We promise to show you an incredible time. If you have been to a previous Mischief Toys event, this is going to be worlds different. There will still, of course, be some of the same elements, but this is a much different feel, much different vibe. And I think that if you are a fan of what we do at Mischief Toys, you are just going to have so much fun. I'm sure jaws are going to drop. Minds are going to be blown.
Yeah.
We haven't shown our full capabilities in what we can do. Chris and I hate to toot our own horns, but I'm going to because I impress myself sometimes, and Chris impresses me sometimes. But we are very creative people, and we're really good at a lot of things. And things that I'm not that great at, Chris excels at, and vice versa. And we make a very, very good team. And not only that, but we also have incredible people on our side that are helping to bring all of this together, bring all of this to life. And I think that whoever is in attendance is going to be like way stoked that they got there, because it is definitely going to be a hell of a time.
Yeah, yesterday before the Patreon call, we met up with the narrator and all those folks, and during that, it was giving me goosebumps just discussing it and talking about the plan and how we're going to, the strategy behind it and what this is going to look like in the end. And look, here's the thing, is that if you're coming to this, you're going to see virtually an experiment that's taken place, and we're going to see, we're going to figure out what we're doing. We're finding our footing so we can do even bigger and better things in the future. Growing sort of this show thing where we're telling you stories, because that's something that's very important to me, is telling stories about our characters and getting you like super involved, not just because, oh, Grassley looks cool, but maybe you learn something about Grassley along the way. I think, like as an example, aside from story, but like Max is involved with Grassley, right? So that kind of connects you a little bit more to it because man, it's like his first figure, and that's really special, right? There's a lot that goes into that, and that's the same with the story that I want to tell as well, or that we want to tell. So I think that Day of Mischief is really going to kick that off. Night of Mischief was like, hey, let's have fun, right? Let's promotional event, giveaways. This is giveaways and dinner. But let's tell you a story. I want to grow. I want you to bond with not only the audience, but also with the narrator.
Yeah, and there's gonna be a lot of fucking weirdness in between. It's
Yeah.
gonna be cool.
It's gonna be weird.
My grandparents said, can we stop by? Do you mind if we stop by? I'll mark my calendar. And I was like, you can, but I'm just warning you now, it's gonna be weird. And she was like, what kind of weird? And I was like, it's gonna be something you've never seen before. So you might be interested in showing up, but I don't know if this is the event for you, Mama.
Your grandmother's coming to this?
She wants to.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
If that reaction tells you anything.
I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know about that. Oh, thank you, Nick. That is really sweet of you, man. Yeah, I really appreciate that. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Nick.
Thank you. Yeah, we're the type that just we roll the punches and we just like to get things done and do fun things. And at the end of the day, Mischief Toys is all about having fun, and Gasslecast is all about having fun. And if we're not having fun in either one of those things, then we would end it, and that would be it. And we would sail off into the sunset and do something maybe a little bit different. But we are having an absolute blast with everything that we're doing with Gasslecast and Mischief Toys. And I'm so excited and happy that we have the opportunity that we do to do these things. And
Yeah.
and frankly, it comes from many years of just putting everything that we have into running this channel. And there are some days where we come home and we don't want to record or make a video and me sit here and edit for hours on end. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of value in it. And for me, it's like one thing about my job, my day job, is that I go there and you never, like, let's say not never, but rarely do you see an end result, right?
Yeah.
When you used to cut hair, at the end you would see that this person has a brand new haircut.
Yeah, and somebody felt good about themselves.
But for me, it's like I go there and you don't really know if you're helping anybody. I mean, you're just, I'm behind a computer, I'm typing on a keyboard, I'm doing things, and I know that it's helping the larger machine corporation run, but I'm not really seeing like a great result. But when I'm sitting here and I'm editing these videos, I would never call them a film, editing these videos.
I don't know. Some of my farts are pretty film worthy.
Making this, these videos and having these fun like discussions and joking and cut away from like Heather's face looking all goofy based off what I said about something stupid. Doing that and seeing that end result, not every video is a favorite for me, but some of them it's like, man, I'm really proud of this, and I was able to see that start to finish. Us sit behind this camera, record something that we don't know what the end result's going to be, and then when I'm editing it, I'm like, holy shit, this really came out to be something nice.
Yeah.
So that's what made me love Gasslecast so much, because it allowed me to be a little bit more creative and also just be a stupid ass. You know what I mean? Like, just be stupid. And that's the thing is that I know that over the course of time, we've had a lot of people that are just like, they're so cringe and they're this and they're that and blah, 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 and saying all these shitty things. And I'm like, look, man, why can't we just have fun? Like, why?
We can, and we will.
No. I'm saying, like, to them, like, why can't we have fun? What are we doing? Like, come on.
It's
and I always think about, like, if you watch other, like, YouTubers, not even in the realm of Funko, but there are people doing similar things to what we do. It isn't like we're brand new and we're the only ones doing this type of, content. But it's fun. Like, let us have fun. If you don't like it, just go. Like, just let us have a good time. So,
which we do. It's not gonna stop me from having a good time. I have a very good time.
I know you do. I like that you're having a good time. Makes me happy when you're having a good time. We must be proud of Max. Hell yeah, man. And my mom today, actually, at Easter, leaned into Max and she says, you know, are you gonna take over one day? Is this gonna be your future running Mischief Toys? And he looked at her, and I'll tell you this, Max has never really shown like a whole lot of interest in Mischief Toys, but today he goes, yeah, like I want to be involved. Yeah. And I was like, that is cool. And I think this really kind of, I don't know,
like
made him more interested.
Yeah,
made him more interested to see this, because now he's like, oh, look, I can do something about, you know, I can pitch an idea and I can bring it to life. And that's really special about what we do, is that we're not a humongous company. So if Heather today is like, I want to make a Grassley that is has a butt for a face, right? Astley, we could do it. We could just say, okay, put it in the hopper and let's make that figure. Nothing's going to stop us, no. Right? Because think about this, okay? Let me pitch this to you. I'm going to do it right now. Butt-faced Grassley figure. Mm-hmm. Pin is a poop demonstro. Right? It's like a little, you know, the little poop emoji? Mm-hmm. It's demonstro. And it has the little smelly lines coming off it with little flies around it.
Mortem can be the underpants.
What?
Underpants, they go on a butt.
Why would he be the I don't understand. What do you mean by that?
Well, because you got a butt. Now
How about he's toilet paper or something?
That's cool.
Like a shitty roll of toilet paper or something. I don't know. I'm just dancing here.
I mean, why can't Mortem be the poop then? Because he's the shit. And then Demonstro can like...
Well, Demonstro's like the bad guy, so he's like a big pile of poop or something. I don't know. Well, look, that's what I'm saying, though. We could talk about this and develop something from this, you know?
Yeah,
I think that's the cool part about it. Yeah, and it's it is stupid, but it's fun.
Yeah,
we're having fun. We love butts and farts.
Yeah, it would be perfect.
Come on,
it would be great. It would be the best. Speaking of which, I'd like to tell the story from the Patreon call last night, because I think that is very interesting, and we got a couple of comments about it. So Mikey said, "Oh my God, Heather, the AI story you posted today had me rolling." So, on Facebook today, I posted, I was talking to ChatGPT this morning. Okay, now let's tell the story first, and then I'll go into the ChatGPT story. But basically, last night we were on our Patreon call, and I picked up Fritz, our cat, in case you didn't know. I brought him in here, sat him on my lap, and I started to smell a very bad smell. And I thought Chris had farted.
Come on, why do you keep saying that?
I did, I swear to you. And then I was like, this isn't a fart. And I looked at Chris, and I really was about to ask him, like, did you take a shit? Because it was foul.
I looked over at Heather, I looked at her shirt, and this is what I saw. It was just a big old poop slotch going. Aah.
Yeah, so down here, I had a line of poop from Fritz's butt. Like, I had picked him up and, like, I guess he had a poopy butthole. So,
That's so fucking, that is so gnarly.
It is so gross. So, side story about Fritz, in case you don't know. Fritz comes from the streets, okay? He is a gangster cat. He ran these fucking streets, and he has the battle wounds to show it. His teeth were fucked up. They were so fucked up, we had to get them all removed. He is a toothless kitty cat. He had a scar on his head. He had a really bad stomach. He had 2 types of parasites. And it took me the longest time to get his stomach regulated, but now, like, you know, everything's going good. Well, I don't know if, like, something just upset his tummy yesterday, or if, you know, maybe something's going on. I am being proactive about it. I'm going to talk to the vet tomorrow. But yeah, poop, my shirt, disgusting. Well, this morning, I was talking to ChatGPT. And I said...
You were talking to ChatGPT.
Okay, let me backtrack. First, I saw a post where someone was like, my granddaughter turned my cat into a person with ChatGPT. So, first I asked ChatGPT to turn Fritz into a person. And then they turned him into a person. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to tell them about Fritz pooping on me last night. So, ChatGPT, I said... My cat pooped on me last night. So ChatGPT replied, "That's the less sexy. Do not understand why they use the word sexy. That's the less sexy side of being a cat parent. Your handsome little chaos goblin decided you..."
Chaos Goblin?
Yes, you were both a bed and a litter box.
Oh, that's gnarly. Yeah.
Was it an accident? Like he was sick or startled? Or was it a bold declaration of dominance? Either way, condolences. Do you need help figuring out why he did it or how to prevent it from happening again? I said, can you just tell him not to do it again? So ChatGPT replies, absolutely. Ahem. Listen here, sir. This is where Fritzy's scolding comes in. Listen here, sir. You may have the face of a mysterious model and the charm of a soft little loaf, but pooping on your human, that is not the move. They feed you, they cuddle you, they let you live rent-free. Do you know how much love it takes to still call you cute after that? Exactly. So from now on, buddy, poop in the box, not on the person. Capiche? And I said...
You must be very bored. Did you not have anything going on? This is fucking crazy.
I said, make it more dramatic.
What is happening here?
So ChatGPT says, hear me now, noble beast of fur and fury. Thou who stalks the night with silent paws, whose eyes hold the wisdom of ancient empires and the rage of 1,000 meows unheard.
What?
Why? Why hath thou chosen thine own human as thy porcelain throne? Was it vengeance? Was it madness? Was it a miscalculation? Whatever the cause, let it be known. Thou art loved fiercely, unconditionally, even when thy deeds are unspeakable. But let this be the last of such betrayals. Return to thine sacred box, the one thy human hath lovingly prepared with crystal sands and scooping spoons. Let not this crime stain thy legacy. Poop with honor, not on the bed. So then ChatGPT says, would you like it delivered as a medieval scroll next? Because I will.
What?
So then,
that's how this happens?
Yes. So then it made a scroll of its scolding to Fritz.
What in the fuck is going on?
It was
here?
crazy. I didn't realize ChatGPT could do so much. Now I'm going to talk about every single day with ChatGPT.
When you came in here last night, it looked like you had Denti Moore beef stew on your shirt. It was so nasty. I could not even believe that's what it was. It was so gross.
It was really gross.
Yeah.
I like was not even thinking. I literally almost took my shirt off.
Damien wants
right
to know,
here.
was it speaking to Amber Heard? Amber Turd.
I think so. I think that's what was happening.
I cannot believe the cat shit on you.
I mean, I know he didn't mean to shit on me. Maybe he did.
What did he
you pay
mean
him?
to do?
I don't know. He should have, like, cleaned it.
Ugh. That was so nasty, Heather. But Heather's all cleaned up now. She's got a clean shirt on today. No dumps on that shirt. And that we can be proud of.
Yeah.
Thank God for that.
Speaking of cats, do you want to tell them about the cat that was on our porch last night?
Yeah, we had a possum show up in the backyard. I thought it was a cat by like my quick glimpse of it on our camera, but it was a fucking possum.
A big fat possum.
It was a big old possum.
It was an opossum. It's not a possum. I don't think we have possums here. It's an opossum.
What do you mean? I thought that's the same thing.
No, they're not the same.
What's the difference?
Possums are native to Australia and surrounding islands. That's a possum and that's an opossum.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I didn't know there was a difference.
Yep, there is a difference.
Holy shit. I had no idea. Oh my, Manabog. Just got out of the hot tub and realized you guys are alive.
Whoa.
Whoa, Mike Manabog. I wish I had a hot tub. Shit, what am I doing? I'm over here wasting my time. You're over there living the high life.
The hot tub life.
The hot tub life right now. The real question now is, Heather, was your shirt able to be saved?
I hope so.
What do you mean you hope so? Where did you put it? It should have gone in the trash can. What'd you do?
It's in the wash machine.
Why would you put it in? You didn't put my clothes in there, did you?
Oh yeah, all of them. Right on. I put none of mine besides that shirt, and then I just piled your clothes on top.
Did you really put it in there with my clothing?
No, I put it on your side of the bed.
Really? What did you do?
I put it in the wash machine.
By itself?
No.
With what?
A load of laundry.
Why would you do that? It has shit on it.
Chris,
No.
don't act like you've never shit your fucking pants before.
I have it, first off.
Not
Second
even
off,
as a child? What did your kids do with your kids? What did your parents do with your shitty underpants?
I didn't have shitty underpants.
You did.
No, I did not.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because you shit all over the carpet.
There was one time when I was a kid and I went to the movies with my dad and I had the big popcorn with all the butter. And so my dad came home with me. I went to bed. He went to bed. And then in the middle of the night, all he heard was footsteps. And he didn't understand what it was. And it was coming from my bedroom. And so he walked out of his bedroom. He walked over to my bedroom. He opened the door. And I was running in circles, throwing up and shitting at the same time. And my dad had to like look after me and get me cleaned up. My mother couldn't do it. She was ill. So my dad was cleaning up my dumps. And it was really bad. But I was running around the room like it was almost like I was on fire. It was similar to being like on fire is what it was. But he said that it was just the gnarliest stuff. You know what? It was so bad. The vomit. Okay?
It's stained. I know.
It turned the carpet. It was blue. It turned it like a reddish yellow.
Oh.
Like the
like orange.
acid, like the acid.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it was like different color. It was nasty. But it was nothing as nasty as the shit on your shirt, though.
Chris, it was the littlest amount of poop.
Heather, it doesn't matter the amount. It just matters that it was there. And to this moment, I still don't understand how it happened, and that's what freaks me out because that cat's laying in our bed every night. And like I've been thinking about this since yesterday. I'm thinking, do we really allow him in there anymore?
Of course we do.
Why would you?
He has his own blankie.
I'm taking a chance now. I'm taking a shot.
You're not taking a chance. I am because he sleeps with me. He
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
You sleep like 5 feet away.
No, it doesn't matter. He walks around, and he's waving that thing all over the place, and one rash move could mean that there's poop on me, and I'm just not okay with that. So
I'm
I was
okay with that
I was thinking
happening
since
to
last
you.
night, I think we should put a diaper on him. Like, what do you think about that?
Absolutely
In the
not.
bed, he wears a diaper.
No.
Why?
You wear a diaper.
Why don't you put a kitty cat onesie on him?
You have peed in our bed more than Fritz has peed in our bed. He's
okay.
never peed in our bed.
Okay, it's true.
You have.
Okay, once. Shoot me.
And then you also peed.
Okay, we don't need to talk
on
about
the window at the hotel room.
I understand.
You peed in the corner of the hotel room.
Heather, enough. I understand.
You peed on your nightstand.
I understand.
You peed. Where else did you pee?
That was it.
No,
Yeah.
Oh, you peed in your drawer, in your dresser.
Yes, I did. I'm a sleepwalking pee.
And those are
I don't do it anymore. I gotta
Oh,
give
and
up.
you peed in our walk-in closet in a laundry basket.
I did?
Yes, at this house.
At this house?
Yeah.
I picked the wrong door.
I don't know how.
The peeing inside the drawer part was the worst thing I've ever done because it went into that drawer and then it poured down into all the other drawers where all my clothing was. It was so nasty.
Yeah, that was really bad.
Yeah. It was a complete disaster. But
You
look,
know-
I gave up my peeing, my sleepwalking and peeing. It's over.
Jess just told us a secret, and it's not going to be a secret anymore. Sorry, Jess. I hadn't shit my pants as an adult till 2 years ago.
Oh.
I'm curious about this story. I feel like it's going to be very boring, and it's just going to be like, oh, I was sick, I trusted a fart, but I need to know. I need to know.
I have peed all over the place.
He really has.
When
It's
I
horrible.
why are we even talking about this?
I don't know.
When I pissed in the bed, that was the worst because I don't like water on me or around me.
Well, the craziest thing is, Chris, like, he normally just lays, like, flat. But he has a crazy phobia about water in the bed. Like, I can't even take a water bottle that's never been opened and put it on the bed.
Funny thing is, I had a
freaks
water bed
out.
as a kid.
Ew.
May I ask where it stems from? The water bed.
So, he has a legitimate phobia over this.
It's all the water in Coke Zero.
And he was laying in the bed after he had peed in it, and his foot. So here's his legs.
You love telling this story. I swear to God, you have it like
Here's
broken
his
down to a
legs.
science now. Look at you with the little fingers and everything. You got a little Chris on your hand.
His foot was on the bed. His leg was not. His knee was in the air, and then he had his other leg crossed over the one leg. So the only part of him that was in this wet bed was like the tip of his foot, his one foot, because he hates water in the bed. And I went to like snuggle up to him, and I was like, "Are you sick? You're sweating." He's like, "I'm not sweating." I'm like, "You are soaking wet. You have sweat at some point." And he freaked out, and it turned out he peed.
You're rolling up on me and pee.
Yep.
You happen to find my moot.
That was your moat.
Anyway,
Didn't
Grassley
keep
goes
me
on
out.
sale this Tuesday. On Earth Day. It's going to be great. It was right before my flight. Or a flight. Luckily, I was still in the hotel room for a work thing. And yes, trusted fart. Oh, no.
No.
Right after that, I feared for my life that it would happen again between the hotel and home.
No.
Oh, Jesus. I've never been down that road before. I mean, I've been close, but I've never been down that road. I slept on a waterbed once. It was strange, and I couldn't sleep. I was awake the whole night. I had a waterbed growing up, and it was rough. And not only that, the heater on it broke. So during like the winter months, it was freezing.
Oh, I didn't even know there was heaters on those.
You could put a heater on it.
Wow.
Oh,
that's wild.
it was rough. I'll take places Chris peed for 200. Other people's embarrassing bodily function stories with Heather. Thank you. Yes, she's very good at telling all my stories.
Well, one time, I had a boyfriend long before Chris. Not long before Chris. Not that long before you. But before Chris. It was my longest term relationship ever. He pooped in his pants, on average, more than one time a year that we had been together.
Did you not think that was a problem?
So the first time it happened, I was like, okay, like, you know, shit happens. The second time it happened, I was like, okay, this is a little excessive, but shit happens. Third time, I'm like, okay, what the fuck is going on? It was crazy.
I would have been there on the first time.
It happened like 4 or 5 times. One time, so it had never happened in front of me, except like, I think it was like the last time.
What do you mean in front of you? Like you were together somewhere?
Yes. No, in our house.
In the house?
Yes.
The way I'm thinking is like he couldn't make it.
No. He did it in public places usually.
Because he couldn't make it to the toilet?
No, he could.
I don't understand. Why was he doing it?
He sharted. He thought he had to fart.
Okay, you don't have to spit on me about it, but that's fine.
He thought he had to fart.
Okay.
And he was like,
God, the cover photo for this video, this live, is unbelievable. It's a little picture of Grassley. We're talking about Max, and I had this little video of Max being real cute and stickering up all the boxes. And here you are talking about your ex-boyfriend shitting all over himself.
Yeah.
Go to MischiefToys.com this Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern, and you can get your Grassley. And by the way, it's a chance you'll get one of these cool pins.
And a signed one by Max.
It's a
There's
mystery
100.
pin. You don't know which one you're going to get, and then you might get a signed one, and all the things. It's going to be really special.
Yeah.
Is that the only boyfriend that ever shit his pants?
As far as I know.
As far as you know?
I had a boyfriend do something really weird, and then he hid it from me. So it very well could be that I've like known. I don't want to talk about it. Sorry. I shouldn't have like said that without being willing to talk about it, but I don't want to talk about
You're
it.
talking about the same boyfriend?
No, a different one.
Another boyfriend?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm a ladies' man, or whatever that is backwards.
You're a ladies' man?
Yeah, the opposite.
You're a
man's lady.
You're a man's lady?
Yeah, that's what I am. But,
I don't even know what to say to you right now. I don't know what to say.
But, okay, can I tell you about the last time that he sharted?
I
It
mean,
was really gross. So
for
one
the sake
time,
of this video, at this point, you might as well.
One time he did it in the bathroom stall at a KFC. I was not present.
I mean, that's a pretty normal place to do something like this, in a KFC.
But he was in a bathroom stall. Like, why weren't the pants down when you did that?
Could he not unbuckle them quick enough? This sounds on purpose.
It does. It's weird, right?
So he wanted to shit his pants.
I think maybe. One time it was in a parking lot.
What was his... I don't understand. What was his explanation? What did he...
trusted a
Oh,
fart.
whoops.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a really funny story. Okay, so if you haven't paid attention, if you are disgusted
Heather, if you keep talking up the funny story, it's not going to be funny.
It's actually
Remember
really
that.
funny. Okay, so
I want you to make me laugh, and it better be good.
I think I've told you this story, so I don't know if you're gonna laugh.
I hope it's funny.
Okay, so one day I was sitting on our couch. I was watching King of the Hill. Okay, picture it. In my living room on a couch watching King of the Hill. He's to my left in our kitchen. And he's sitting down doing work or so. I don't know what he was doing, but he was sitting down. And he starts going, like he's pushing something out. And he's like, and I don't hear a fart. I'm like, man, that's a lot of pushing for like nothing coming out.
He is purposefully pooping his pants. That's what he's doing. You understand?
Stop interrupting or I'm going to lose my train of thought. So I'm still watching King of the Hill. I'm like, go to the fucking bathroom or something. You're gonna shit your pants. And he's like, no, I'm not. And finally, he goes, oh no. And I'm like,
And he did.
I'm like, what? And he waddles. He does this like waddle. And his butt cheeks are clenched. He's doing this waddle.
Was he nude?
No.
Why is his butt cheek? How you saw his butt cheeks clenched?
He was wearing pants where you could see the cheeks.
Oh, okay.
They're clenched. He's waddling to the bathroom. As he's passing me, okay, he's now in my line of sight, like right by the TV. Bobby Hill says...
Oh my god. You're telling me the fucking show responded to his shitting?
Yes. The Hills are eating dinner around the table. Bobby Hill, as my boyfriend at the time, was waddling with shit in his pants to the bathroom, says that sloppy Joe was extra sloppy.
Oh my god, Heather. Jesus. Are you serious?
I swear. I swear.
That does make that... You made me laugh. That makes the story. That makes the story. Wow. You know what? I never watched King of the Hill, but I know exactly that part for some reason. I've seen a clip or something.
It's really...
That's incredible.
Such a silly...
That is incredible. That's incredible.
It's such a silly show.
What made you stay with him after that? Even Bobby Hill was telling you to get out of the
It wasn't
situation.
it wasn't long after that before we split.
Oh my god, that was...
Yeah, we would have been good friends. We were not good as romantic partners, but for some reason we stayed together for like an extended period of time. Like we took steps.
If you right now pooped your pants,
mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, Heather, I cannot believe you pooped your pants. And you're like, oh, yeah. And then you go and clean up. And then, like, even 6 months to a year later, you do it again. I would say, look, there's something that's got to give here. Either you're going to go to the doctor to figure this out, or I can't be in this anymore. If you're going to actively shit your pants, you're not elderly, you have no medical issues that I'm aware of. How could this guy be? And if he's pushing that hard, there's something very wrong with that. I would never push that hard because you know where the line is. There's a red line. You know when you're going to either toot or turd. Toot or turd. You're either doing one or the other. This guy, he's a maniac. He was taking chances on a regular basis, sounds like.
Yeah.
I bet you this happened to him more than you even know.
It probably did.
I bet you it happened all the time.
It probably did. Things were really weird. So, okay, to answer your previous question, we took steps in our relationship that we should have taken if we were madly in love, but we weren't. And I think it was one of those things where it was like, okay, here we are. Like, this is just our life. So I got
You
stuck.
accepted it.
I accepted
You
the
accepted
shit.
that you shit his pants. Wow.
Yes, I
That's
did.
unreal. There's only one time I remember of anything like this that had to do with me. Okay? I don't know how this happened.
Oh,
Should I tell this story?
Probably
Probably
not.
shouldn't. I probably shouldn't. Because
Probably not.
I feel like if I do, it's just one of those things I can't get out of my head. You know?
Yeah.
Okay. I had basketball shorts. And they were white. And I went to the gym a lot in them. In my basketball shorts.
How old were you?
Probably about 24.
Okay.
25. Maybe 26.
Okay.
I was getting into my early 30s. I don't know. But I ended up going, and let me just tell you this. I don't know what other word to use. Leakage. Okay? Now, these basketball shorts turned up. They're in the house. I was dating this girl. She threw them in the wash. Guess what? Didn't come out. These shorts might be done for. Maybe we'll never see the light of day ever again. So the image I cannot forget was that we had a coffee table, and she had a little.
Wait, you shit yourself in the gym?
No, it was a leakage. Like it wasn't like I didn't even know it had happened. It's just like working out and.
Could you see it like on the back of your pants?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So it was there like a spot. You're not paying attention? It looked like a bean. So anyway, she had this little thing of like water and soap, and I walked in from work, and she was on her knees in front of the little coffee table, and she had my underpants, and she dipped it in the water, and she goes, and she was trying to clean it out. That's one thing I can never forget, because I couldn't believe that she was going that hard on those pants.
Why didn't you marry her?
I would have just burned them. I mean, I
Right.
would have thrown them away. She was actively trying to make sure that they came back to life.
That is someone.
It was the same of like when you see somebody who is dead and you're trying to give them CPR. That's what she was doing with these pants.
That is someone who cares about you so much. They're on their hands and knees scrubbing your like how you didn't marry her is beyond me.
There was not a whole lot.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Not much good about her outside of her very, very actively and very aggressively trying to clean my basketball shorts. I mean, she was, and frankly, I saw a little couple beads of sweat coming out of her face over the whole thing. So she was very serious about it. Very serious about it. But, I'm pretty sure you would do something like that for me. Would you do that?
I do a lot for you.
I would say throw them away. See, if it were up to me, and she should have, maybe we should have had that conversation before she took
I would just be.
She took action without talking to me about it first.
Honestly, I would just. Like, if you bought white basketball shorts, I would ask you why. I think.
There were no pair.
But, like, why buy them in the first place, I guess is my
Gifted
question.
or something. I mean, I don't remember where they came from, but they were like blue, white, and gold. They were like colors I would never wear.
But you did.
But I had them.
And you shit in them.
I did not shit in them.
Then how did shit get there?
I leaked in
You
them.
leaked shit in them.
I leaked in them.
That's
but
disgusting.
it was a disaster, and she was some girl to do that. You're right. She was marriage material.
I know.
But outside of that, the most annoying voice I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, I know who you're.
Oh my god, the most annoying voice I've ever heard in my life.
I'm shocked it's not mine. I have a very annoying
your voice isn't your voice is not annoying.
And
I mean, it is sometimes, but not all the time.
I have times where I don't realize how loud and like high pitched it can be.
You don't say.
And I don't realize it, and then I realize I'm screeching.
Well, I mean, I'm so glad that you're having to say that, and I'm not.
Yeah.
That's great. No, you're right. There's some times where you sound like a pterodactyl. If I would imagine what a pterodactyl sounds like, it's you.
Yeah.
It's very loud.
Yeah. Normally, when it's when
But you don't
I'm
have an
looking for
annoying voice. Like you have a good voice. I would say you can make it like one thing about you is that you are unable to be sexy, and I don't know why. It's a very awkward thing. Like I can't explain it, but it's every move that you make is very awkward, and I don't know why. It's like you can't make any moves. It's like it's like the equivalent of, hey, baby. You know what I mean? That's you. But it's like, I don't know if it's real or not. And I'm like, what are we doing? What the fuck is happening here again? Are you trying to turn me on? And you're like, hey. And you do these weird moves. I'm just like, I don't know. And it's like, are we getting down? Or like, and then you're over there and you're doing that. You look like you have a broken limb. Like, I don't really know what to do with you.
So, if I'm being real, that is me knowing, like, I feel like I can't be sexy, so I actively
Why?
try.
Why do you feel that way?
Because I get in my
But
head.
but you are. So it's when you try to act like it, you're not good at it. But you
I know.
are naturally. You are. Does that make sense?
That's weird.
No,
I
no, no.
guess.
You naturally are. Like you naturally are. Like you are very attractive. But there are these things where it's just like you're turning a switch on.
Yeah.
But it's like the on, like I'm turning you on switch, turn you off switch, or this is going to be fucking a wild ride. And then you flick that switch, and then you just keep flicking that switch. And then you're just like, you come walking, you have like a weird walk. You lean in on stuff a certain way. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here?
And I say the weirdest shit.
You say very strange things, yeah.
Yeah,
very
no,
strange.
So that's me.
It's acceptable.
It's
like, that's
me
acceptable.
Purposefully doing it because I don't feel like I feel if I tried, you would be able to tell that I'm trying. So I just like
I understand
am
that.
stupid instead.
Look, as a guy, we don't really have to do any of these things, right? I'm just a big old bear. I just lay on the bed and that's it. It's over. But with you, you're leaning in doorways.
Yes.
Sometimes you do a backflip.
I don't do backflips.
You do weird
yes.
jumps into the bed. That's the other thing you do. You look like you're jumping on a horse saddle. When you get into bed, you go like this. You
Yeah,
do that
that's
weird,
my favorite thing.
You do that weird leg, and then you'll like land with the leg up here and the leg back here. I don't know how your leg got back there. It's like turned the wrong way. I'm like, what the fuck? You look like a crash dummy. You look like what? You know the crash dummy? Maybe she inspired Megan. That's true. It actually sounds legitimate. Is Chris campaigning for couch? No, never. Couch time. I've never spent not even a single night on the couch, believe it or not. You wouldn't believe it.
Shockingly.
I would never rock the couch. We got a nice bed in here, man. I can't rock that. By the way, I was talking to a friend the other day.
Uh-huh.
He said if we ever wanted to come over, and this it could sound creepy, but I don't think it is.
What bed are we testing?
He said you can come over and check out his sleep number. And he said,
Who?
Nichols. He said the sleep number.
No, I'm not getting in his bed. I know what they do.
But anyway, he said the sleep number is fantastic, and I'm very interested.
We have a coupon in there, and you told me no.
Because we just bought the other bed recently, and it's
we
very
didn't.
Nice.
It was given to us, number one.
No, it was not.
Yes, it was.
It was?
Yes.
Oh.
The furniture set was not. The mattress was.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. I can tell you more of a story about that later. Not here in front of the camera. I don't think they're ready for it. But I think we could use a sleep number.
I don't know. I had to lay on it. I wouldn't know.
Well, I guess we're going over to that retirement community.
Humor is attractive too. That's 100%.
Did you hear me?
I'm all about humor.
I said, I guess we're going to that retirement community to test it out.
Yeah, right. Well, that's the best place to test it out. Next issue of Penthouse Stories. Yes, of course. I like how Adam is keeping us all up to speed with WrestleMania. Because WrestleMania is on. I'm sure a lot of people are tied in right now. They're all locked into watching WrestleMania. I'm not a wrestling fan, personally. So, I used to be, back in the day. But not anymore.
I am into not wrestling.
Did you ever tell them your OnlyFans idea?
You have. I don't want to
That
talk
was
about
the
it.
greatest idea ever. And frankly, it could have worked.
I know it could have, but you said no.
Didn't you say somebody did it?
I think somebody did something similar, but not quite.
Yeah. Because I remember you did it and it was... Or you wanted to do it. And I was like, I don't know about that, Heather. Like...
People would have fucking loved it.
Yeah, but
we would have gone viral.
If your grandmother knew, she would lose her mind. She'd be like, what are you doing? You're
What-
being a hoe.
Why? First of all, how would she know if nobody would be able
How'd
to
she
know
know
at
if you're
all?
being a hoe?
Yeah.
What if she found out one day? What if somebody got really mad and they shared the account?
If
She's
they
like, "What
shared
is
the
it?"
account, there is no way that people would know it was me. That's the whole point. That's why I wasn't going to do feet stuff, because I have tattoos that I can be identified by.
Wonder they would identify by the sheer size of them. There's no one has a big toe.
The fuck up.
You got a very large
Nobody
big toe.
has a bigger dumb face than you.
You have 5 knuckles in one toe. It's crazy. I've never seen anything like it. You said the other night that you have a big toe. Your big toe. You said your big toe's huge.
I said my big toe is too big to fit in these little shoes that you told me you were going to put on my big toe.
Your big toes look like hammerheads.
Chris told me, he said, what if I took those shoes off of Pikachu and put them on your big toe? I said, my big toe is too big to fit in that. It is. Plus, I think they're glued on. They might be sewn on. Yeah, they're sewn on. Wow. That's really intricate. This is my New York City Nintendo Pikachu. Isn't it cute?
You guys are so funny about how you talk about being sexy. If I said that about any of my past exes, I would have gotten a swift backhand. You guys are awesome. Yeah, I mean, I think it's important to be honest with your partner and talk about it. We talk through things. I mean, none of this has ever become a problem. I mean, you know, we just have fun. Heather and I have fun, and I like that. I think this channel has also helped our relationship in a way, where we are kind of just say things and do things, and we're silly and stupid. And
yeah, there's been a lot of comments throughout the years. It's not super often, but people will like say things about me or things about Chris, like, you know, Heather, you deserve better, or Chris, how can you be with somebody who farts? That's not very ladylike. Blah blah blah. And it's like, we wouldn't have chosen each other if these things were problems. Like, we got married after 5 years of being together.
Yeah. And I'm a sexy little beast. So.
With shit stains on your white shorts.
Hey, there's some things that you just got to give into. You got to deal with it. I might piss in a closet or ruin a pair of basketball shorts, but that's what you're signing up for. The rest of it is looking pretty good. Right? It's a positive. Is that, you got snot in your nose?
Maybe.
Oh, it's very wet. It looks like a marsh or something.
We had that so if I have anything, like, it doesn't even have to be very spicy. If I have anything with like a little bit of spice in it, it makes my nose run.
Throw up. Was the OF idea Heather twerking while wearing a Lucha Libre mask? No. It was Did I ever mention this?
Yeah, you've mentioned it.
I have?
Yeah.
It was going to be... I think it was going to be photos, silhouette photos of your butt with Funko Pop sitting on it.
Yeah.
That was your idea.
So it would look like a mountain, and then there's a Funko Pop on it. And it would have been taken with
Where were you when this happened, when you came up with this bright idea?
At the pandemic, very bored. I was at the pandemic. As if it were an event.
I just think it's so fun. Like, that is such a bizarre idea to come up with.
I know it is, but nobody was doing it.
Yeah, of course they weren't.
You know how freaky people are.
Yeah. That would have been unbelievable.
It would have been funny. But no, the whole point was there would be a
How would you make them stand?
I don't know. You'd find a way. You'd balance them.
What do you mean I'm balancing? I'm involved too?
Yes.
In this shenanigan
I
that
can
you're
take
setting
the
up?
picture myself.
Set up a little camera and then have a timer.
You're doing
All
it.
you do is wave, and then it takes a picture.
Yeah, so I'm laying there balancing a Funko Pop on my butt cheeks, and I'm waving to a camera. No, you're taking a picture. You're ensuring that it is a shadow of a butt, not the actual butt.
A shadow?
Yes, so it would... Okay, so here's the butt. A light's back there, the camera's here. So you would literally just see the silhouette, but there would be a light shining on the Funko Pop. So you could see the pop, but you would only see the shadow.
What is somebody getting out of this, I guess?
People are fucking weird, Chris. I don't know what they're getting out of it. Ask them.
You would just show the butt, though. I mean, I think that's how you would make your money.
No, you wouldn't show the butt. You would show the silhouette.
Why the silhouette? That's so weird.
People like mystery. I don't know. I don't want to show my butt.
I don't even know what you're thinking. No, I'm glad you didn't do it. I don't think it would have worked.
I think it would have worked very well.
I don't think it would have worked out.
I think it would have been, like, passed around all the Funko Pop groups, and they would be like, damn, check this out, this is fucking weird, and people would check it out, and they'd be like, this is weird, but I like it.
Wow.
Yep.
It's weird, but I like it.
Yeah.
I just can't. I can't wrap my head around this. I wonder how much money you would have made, though. You ever think about the amount of money you would have made off of this?
Honestly...
So how does it work? Is it a monthly pay?
I think you can do, like, monthly or yearly.
There are some of these girls
maybe.
that are out there making... That one girl made in, like, a couple of years, or maybe 1 year, like, millions, like 500 million or so. Something, like,
Are you thinking, like, celebrity type or a regular
it was
person?
It was a girl who ended up becoming a celebrity because of her OnlyFans, but she garnered, like, a ridiculous amount of money, and she's like, I'm retiring, that's it. Can you imagine?
Imagine if we got to retire off my Funko Pop
Your Funko Pop
silhouette
butt pictures.
Butt.
That should be one of our posters. It will be Grassley on your silhouette butt.
No, can't do that.
That would have been great. That would have been great. That would have been a fantastic idea. Oh look, Ray Stark said he would have signed up.
Yep.
You already got one person who's in.
I know.
Any Mischief Monday theme announced? Yes,
Grass.
it's grass. We're talking about ass, but the theme is grass. Mischief Monday theme bathrooms. It should have been. But it's grass. Maybe we'll make bathrooms next week. That would be hilarious, actually. That's funny. Bathrooms. Oh, that's next week. Write that down. Record that. Because I'll forget. Can you write it down?
No, I'm not doing that.
I'll make the little thing anyway. I bet Heather would have made it to the top 1%.
Thank you.
You think so? I don't know. Someone else going to run with the idea. That's what I'm saying. I think it's going to happen.
And someone will find it and think it's Heather. Well, it's not me. Chris wouldn't let me do it.
There's a tattoo on your butt that says Chris was here or something like that. And you're like, that has to be Heather. There's no doubt in my mind.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
I do not have a tattoo on my butt.
I have an ex who had a name of an ex tattooed on her butt.
Oh, no.
Got it tattooed over. Got back with the ex.
Oh, that's awkward.
It's a very strange one.
That is awkward.
I would never get anybody's name tattooed on me. Like, I not even you.
You have Max's name tattooed on you.
That's my kid. But, I mean, I wouldn't do, like... I feel like it's an omen. Like, it's only going to go... It's going to end. It's going to end bad if I put your name on me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just feel like it's a bad idea. I almost put an H on me one time.
Why?
Because I was going to put, like, an H and an M and stuff like that. But for you and Max. Like, in this little heart here, I was going to do, like, an H on top of an M. It's like Haunted Mansion, but it's Heather and Max. Because you would never... You know, that's actually a good idea. I could just put an H and an M. And then no one would ever know. I love Haunted Mansion.
If we got divorced, I fucking love Haunted Mansion.
Well, see, we'll only get divorced if I get Heather tattooed on me. Do you understand? That's what happens.
Wait, is that all it'll take?
Okay. All right. Smart ass. You could have designated as art and collections. See?
Yep.
Your butt. Yep. It could have been art.
I tried.
Ass, grass, or Funko Pops on asses. I like Funko Pops on asses. Scott will be in heaven with that one. Ass, grass, or pass. I would never put a party. What?
Read what Bobby Riley said. Names
in tattoos are bad omens. Also, what about having a penis in your tattoo? Bobby Riley, you son of a bitch. Yeah, that's a long story. I had a dude tattoo me, and he was talking about how there's some other tattoo artist who would hide dicks in tattoos, and while he's telling me the story, apparently he was hiding a dick in my tattoo.
Yeah.
Can you believe that? And then so I had to go get it covered up. Heather found it eventually because I showed it to her. Or no, did I have you find it on me?
Yes.
It was something like that, right? You found it, and then you were like, you got to get this removed.
Well, I didn't say you have to.
Yeah.
I was like, you probably should.
All right, I'm going to use the bathroom. Because all this shit talking, and now I'm going to go to the bathroom.
Wait, do you have to poop?
Well, I'm not going to make any promises.
Okay. Well, now I feel weird, because we've been talking about some really weird stuff, and now I'm here all alone. So I feel like I have to change topics. Bobby has some rather interesting tattoo. Yes, he does. But I would like for you to name some. That would be really cool. I would like that. Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch won the women's tag team championship. Thank you, Adam. Yeah, so that tattoo artist was something else. He had some things going on. And it wasn't good. It was not good. I think later Chris said that he was like hiding in the walls. He was a very paranoid person. Things went a little bit wacky, and I don't even think Chris remembers the guy's name anymore. How many Mischief toys inspired tattoos are out there? So actually, a lot of people have Grassley tattoos. I want to say I've seen at least 10 tattoos on fans of Mischief toys. There's people with the Coven logo, people with Grassley. So Chris and I each have a Coven logo, and we each have a Grassley. Chris has a Demonstro as well. I do not. Am I excited for Ghost's new album? I haven't listened to it. Has it come out yet? I've never listened to it. Ooh, this is a good question. Chris, are you coming back? Nope. Thought I heard the door, but he's not. Where is the weirdest place someone has got? Well, I don't know. I think they're mostly on people's like arms. I have the Coven symbol that I have is on my foot. But I think most people's are like on their arms or like wrist area. I'm Dead Gaming. Do you think Funky Bop will actually do the right thing and refund people who got the alleged fake pops? So we have had a lot of people reach out to us and say that, you know, I bought a Funky Bop mystery box. I received this pop or that pop, and they were part of like the ones that were faked, allegedly. And they're like, I'm concerned that mine's fake. A lot of people have come out and told us this. Now, you can say whatever you want on the internet, unless I see, like, you know, screenshots of your order number, pictures of the pops, whatever. I can't just believe it. But I will say that if it is true that that many people are coming out and saying, I got this pop, I got that pop, I don't think there's any way that that guy is gonna refund everybody. I think he's pretending like he's going to, and he's trying to grasp at straws and, you know, play the victim, find a way to play the victim. You know, as someone who sells mystery boxes or Funko Pops, you have an obligation to know the difference between real and fake. And, you know, I don't think that it would be unheard of or impossible for someone who has been in the community for a long time or has been selling these and feels like they're well-versed in fakes, which certainly is not me. I am not well-versed in fakes. But someone who is well-versed to potentially be fooled once or twice by a fake pop. You know, I don't see that out as, like, being impossible. I think, you know, as time goes on, people get better at faking things, right? So, in this situation, I feel like this person should know better. Specifically with the Jolly Roger 1000 piece glow, we have talked to a couple people now, not just one. Previously it was one, but we've heard from a couple other people. One of the biggest collection purchasers in the community said at our peak of purchasing collections, we may have received this pop 1 to 2 times per year. And Funky Bop, a company who says they've been around for 5 years, fantastic, they were putting it as a top hit in their boxes pretty frequently over a span of like 6 months. So that to me is very fishy. And the fact that you're a mystery box seller and you are like seeing that, you know, there's only 1,000 pieces of this in the world, and you're not questioning like, could this be fake? Something's up. Like, there's no way that you could sit back and not question it. So I don't feel like this is a, oh, I'm the victim situation. I had no idea. I think if you think about the amount of that pop that is out there versus the amount of times he put it in his fucking mystery boxes, something was up. It's really weird.
You're talking about the mystery thing that we talked about last
Yeah,
week?
so I'm Dead Gaming asked if we think that Funky Bop will do the right thing and refund people who got the alleged fake pops.
I mean, I would hope so, but I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I have no idea. Unfortunately.
Bobby
I have no idea.
Riley has HEATHER tattooed across his toes. That's good.
Whoa! Across his toes.
That's pretty
Damn.
cool.
Chris, did Toy partake,
You.
or did you partake in any of the 25 Japan Star Wars? Yeah. Well, I wanted the Anakin Skywalker Hot Toys. I had 2 friends try for me, but the line was so incredible. I just told them both to just give up. Don't worry about it. I didn't want anybody to ruin their trip to Japan for that. I didn't realize the line was going to be that stupid. I figured that, you know, Hot Toys or whoever would manage the line better. But apparently the line was crazy. They were allowing people to buy like 20 at a time. Like, it was just obnoxious what was going on. So I unfortunately had to pass. But I would have been all over that Anakin Skywalker figure. Unfortunately, I had no chance at all.
Yeah, it was pretty poopy.
Very poopy. Do you have a Dexter Hot Toys? Yes. So we have a Dexter. It's made by a different company.
It's not a Hot Toys.
No, it's not Hot
It's a
Toys.
6 scale.
Yeah, it's a 1/6 scale figure, but it's made by another company. I can't remember. But we have to show it on a video. Like, Heather has like 3 6 scale figures that we have not shown yet.
Yeah.
Which one was the Dexter, one is
Pennywise.
Beetlejuice, and then one's Pennywise by
Yeah.
Sideshow. So eventually I would love to show all of that stuff off. We just haven't gotten around to it. I feel like we're always buried with all these crazy stories. Like that the story about the scamming, alleged scamming last week really took over our whole life. You were like all over that, doing your
Yeah.
little investigation.
Yeah.
That video on Friday, you were all over it.
Yeah, you were really mad about it too.
What do you mean?
You were really mad about how long it took.
Oh my God, it went on forever.
It did, but it's because
Oh
we didn't.
my God,
like,
it was so
had
hard
we-
to edit that video.
Had we covered it as I was getting like the bits and pieces, then it would have been a lot easier.
Oh,
But because we had to compile like the week's worth of events in the one video, it was difficult.
yeah, that's my my pad, the hoverboard pad. I love it. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you, Mikey, for noticing that. Okay, so Tuesday, Earth Day, which is, what is it, April the 22nd at 12 p.m. Eastern. Get your Grassley. You'll have the opportunity at getting one of these wonderful pins as well, which is the Grassley pin, 110 piece. Weed Monstro is 140. Then we'll also have a variant of the figure where he just is by himself, no pin. And we have a handful of them signed by the creator of Grassley himself, my son, Heather's son, Max.
He signed 100 of these, 50 in the lighter color and 50 in the darker color.
That's right. And so that'll be available on Tuesday. Make sure you go and get yours. We're super stoked. And I'm going to make Max pack every single box as a token of our gratitude toward Max for such a lovely idea. But really, we'll be all working hard, getting those figures out on Tuesday, trying to get them out as soon as we possibly can. So make sure you get your figure. Okay? Thank you for the patrons for attending last night's call. That was fantastic. If you want to support the channel, go to patreon.com/GastroCast. We appreciate the support. Support means a lot to us. We're little guys in a large fishbowl. So every little piece of support we can get is amazing. Make sure, if you want to go to Day of Mischief, go to mischieftoys.com and buy your Day of Mischief tickets. I'm going to show you this video real quick. Hold on. Let me show you this. Thank you. That was the whole family getting together and packing everything, or actually stickering everything up today, getting the job done. That's how we roll at Mischief Toys. We work together, and we work very hard together. Right, Heather?
We do.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into this live. We appreciate you. I hope you guys have a good week. And remember, the what is it? The photo challenge for tomorrow, Mischief Monday, is going to be grass. And then the week after that, it's going to be bathroom. I'm really stoked over that one. It's going to be amazing. Oh my God, I cannot wait to see the pictures.
That's disgusting.
But tomorrow is going to be grass, so make sure you take your best grass-inspired photo with your Mischief Toys stuff. Okay? Thank you, everybody. We love you. You guys are the best. We'll see you soon.
Bye.